On our show Tuesday night, MTG, Clan Mom as we call her, earlier in the day, called 3 of her fellow Republicans pro-pedophile for supporting Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination. She tweets. After she saw it, she tweeted, ABC contacts my employer. This threat of violence against me by Jimmy Kimmel has been filed with the Capitol Police. She called the police. After processing the fact that someone called the police on me, believe it or not, this has never happened to me in my life. I tweeted back, I wrote, "Officer, I'd like to report a joke."
Late-night TV host Jimmy Kimmel found himself in an unexpected situation with Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene this week. The drama kicked off when Greene spent Tuesday labeling 3 fellow Republicans as pro-pedophile for backing Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination.
This afternoon, she wrote, "You weren't joking. You hide your misogyny and your racism behind your jokes on ABC. This was a dog whistle to the violent left to assault me or worse, and you're misspelled you're, of course." Well, that's nice. She thinks I have fans. I guess that's good. But now listen, not only don't I condone death or any kind of threats against anyone, especially as I get dozens of them a week myself, this woman, you may remember, she is the one who endorsed fringe conspiracy theories and repeatedly indicated support for executing prominent Democratic politicians. Now she's dialing 911 because she got made fun of.
Kimmel addressed this on his show, leading to quite the social media showdown. Greene quickly took to Twitter, announcing she'd contacted Capitol Police about what she perceived as Kimmel's threat of violence. This marks a surprising first for Kimmel, who responded with characteristic wit. "Officer, I'd like to report a joke." The exchange perfectly captures what happens when comedy collides with conspiracy politics. The story gets even more interesting when you consider Greene's track record. She's the representative known for embracing some pretty out there theories, from questioning 9/11s to suggesting the existence of space-based laser weapons. Now she's taking issue with a comedian's punchlines. Greene fired back later that day, accusing Kimmel of disguising misogyny and racism behind ABC aired comedy bits. She claimed his joke was actually a coded message encouraging the violent left to harm her.
If she's going to report me to the police, if that's how she wants to play it, I'll report you right back. And I won't go to the police. I'll go to the Justice League. Note to Jimmy Kimmel, not only would Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband make quick work of you, but Rep. MTG herself would make quick work of you. Kimmel would not last too long if he were interested in engaging in unprovoked, terrible violence against this Congresswoman. Keep wearing a mask while Senator Cruz replied to this, that was not written to him. Bizarre. 535 members of Congress can attend the State of the Union without wearing masks. Still not good enough for Hollywood.
In classic internet fashion, she managed to misspell "your" in her heated response. Kimmel addressed the escalating situation with a mix of humor and seriousness. While acknowledging he receives numerous threats weekly himself, he pointed out the irony of Greene's police report, given her history of endorsing extreme theories and previously expressing support for actions against Democratic politicians. The saga continued with Kimmel dubbing Greene Clan Mom, a nickname that stuck among his viewers. Meanwhile, Greene's recent public statements have covered an increasingly wide range of controversial topics, prompting Kimmel to quip that she's treating conspiracy theories like a game of bingo.
Hey, you know, all these crazy people in Congress, all of these low IQ individuals in Congress right now, there's one guy who's responsible for that, and that's Donald Trump.
First, new evidence tonight that we, you, the American people, all of us, we were all lied to.
Frankly, we did win this election. We did win this election.
We were lied to by Joe Biden.
Obama, amnesty. Amnesty, Obama, amnesty.
What kind of president needs a no card to answer a basic and predictable question?
Not one to back down, Kimmel joked that rather than going to the police, he'd take his complaint to the Justice League instead. This prompted defenders of Greene to jump in, with one suggesting both the Congresswoman and her husband could make quick work of Kimmel in any physical confrontation, though they noted this would be unprovoked, terrible violence from someone who happens to wear a mask. The whole exchange highlights the increasingly blurry line between political discourse and entertainment in modern America, with social media serving as the battleground where these worlds collide.
He's been sending very cleverly coded messages, narrating what he sees, maybe more clearly than anyone, the brazen and unchecked hypocrisy we're being bombarded with every day.
We're going to beat this coronavirus or whatever you want to call it. and we're going to beat it soundly.
And Biden's lies are so bad that even the Washington Post is calling him out for his lies.
The Washington Post new report out today.
The drama escalated when Senator Cruz chimed in with an observation that seemed oddly misplaced, pointing out how all 535 congressional members could attend the State of the Union maskless, though this comment wasn't actually directed at him. This detail apparently wasn't sufficient to satisfy Hollywood's perspective. On his show, Kimmel unleashed a barrage of witty jabs at Greene. He kicked things off with a particularly sharp metaphor about her cognitive capabilities, comparing her thought process to laundry tumbling in a high-temperature dryer. But that was just the opening act. The host continued his comedic assault by speculating about other potential beliefs she might hold.
You're a liar. You are letting this go on, and the numbers prove it.
Marjorie Taylor Greene was silenced at a hearing by a member of her own party. Greene blamed the Department of Homeland Security Secretary for U.S. fentanyl deaths.
How many more people do we have to watch die every single day in America? How long are you going to let this go on?
Congresswoman, let me assure you that we're not letting it go on. We are fighting this.
No, I reclaim my time. You're a liar.
We can disagree. You don't have to call a witness.
Perhaps questioning the Earth's shape, or harboring unique theories about the origin of chocolate milk. In what might be his most memorable quip of the evening, Kimmel offered a creative new interpretation of what the M in MTG might represent. Greene, predictably, didn't take this comedic roasting sitting down. She launched a counterattack via social media, dismissing Kimmel as an unsuccessful late-night personality and suggesting his jokes constituted a form of incitement.
A lie.
The rules state you can't impugn someone's character. Identifying or calling someone a liar is unacceptable in this committee. And I make the ruling that we strike those words. When we strike, it does terminate the time of the individual who is speaking. So the gentlelady is no longer recognized.
Greene left the hearing shortly after that moment.
This exchange highlighted a broader issue within Congress, which one commentator attributed directly to Donald Trump's influence, pointing to him as the source of what they termed low IQ individuals in the legislative body. The political atmosphere grew more charged with revelations about election-related deceptions, featuring clips of various claims about victory and electoral outcomes. The discourse took an interesting turn when attention shifted to a moment involving prepared notes for basic questioning, raising eyebrows about presidential preparedness. Greene's response to Kimmel's comedy routine took an unexpected legal turn when she threatened involvement of Capitol Police, a move that seemed to challenge basic First Amendment principles. Kimmel countered with a tweet that set social media ablaze, though the full impact of his response was yet to unfold.
Now, we've known for decades our planet is warming, that we would start seeing the brutal effects. But conservatives remain so deep in their denial, they're flailing around for anyone or anything else to blame. Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is now like a big mover and shaker in the Republican Party, is promoting a bizarre conspiracy theory about a mysterious they, you can imagine who that is, controlling the weather, suggesting that they are sending hurricanes to Republican areas to impact the election. Like someone is sitting at some computer somewhere pressing hurricane.
The entire exchange promised more entertainment ahead, with hints of escalating comedic warfare. Against this backdrop of political theater, broader themes emerged about societal hypocrisy and public health messaging, including varying perspectives on pandemic response. The Washington Post's fact-checking efforts added another layer to the ongoing narrative about truth in political discourse. The situation continues to evolve.
As Biden made his way into the chamber shaking hands, before he made this face after spotting Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's MAGA getup. It's like the face of a grown-up pretending to be scared by a 6-year-old's Halloween costume. Whoa, look at this. You're a scary ghost.
Promising more dramatic turns in this unlikely battle between a late-night comedian and a congressional representative. As one observer noted, it's becoming a unique confrontation where traditional political sparring meets contemporary social media dynamic. Get ready for a political comedy showdown that'll leave you in stitches. Late-night host Jimmy Kimmel just dropped a linguistic bomb on Marjorie Taylor Greene that's got everyone talking. His latest verbal jab, a clever portmanteau that's equal parts hilarious and savage. Snow Copac path, blending snowflake and sociopath into one devastating descriptor. But Greene's not backing down without a fight. She's firing back with the fury of a scorned conspiracy theorist, threatening to unleash the Capitol Police on Kimmel like a disgruntled hall monitor with a grudge. It's like watching a playground drama where the bully can't take a joke and keeps running to authority figures. Kimmel, however, is thriving in this chaos. He's launching comedic missiles faster than Greene can mention her favorite conspiracy theories. Jewish space lady dismantling her credibility with surgical precision, highlighting the delicious irony of her cancel culture crusade. Suddenly, the champion of free speech is desperately trying to silence a comedian. Talk about a plot twist. In a stroke of comedic genius, Kimmel took to Twitter with an absolutely bonkers response. Picture this: a mock letter addressed to Batman, reporting Greene's behavior like she's some sort of comic book villain. It's meta humor meets political satire, and honestly, we're here for it. The Republican Party seems caught in the crossfire, with some rallying behind Greene, while others are probably a political royal rumble where everyone's fighting but nobody's quite sure of the rules. What's fascinating is how this feud might actually be backfiring for Greene. Each wild statement, each over-the-top threat is drawing more attention, and not the kind she wants. She's essentially live tweeting her own political demise, one outrageous claim at a time. So what's next in this circus? Will Greene attempt to ban Kimmel from social media? Will Kimmel start a crowdfunding campaign for her tinfoil hat collection? The possibilities are endless, and the entertainment value is through the roof. This isn't just comedy, it's a microcosm of our current political fact-checking politicians, and politicians are threatening legal action over jokes. It's so absurd that it's almost beautiful. The underlying message is clear. Our political discourse has become so bizarre that sometimes only comedy can truly illuminate the madness. Kimmel isn't just making jokes, he's holding up a mirror to the increasingly surreal world of political rhetoric. As long as there are politicians pushing outlandish conspiracy theories, there will be comedians ready to roast them, and maybe, just maybe, that's not such a bad thing. Sometimes it takes a well-crafted joke to help us see the serious issues lurking beneath the surface. This isn't just laughter, a way to process the increasingly wild world of modern politics. Greene might see herself as a warrior, but Kimmel's proving that wit can be a more powerful weapon than angry tweets and baseless accusations. Stay tuned, folks. This show is far from over, and the plot twists are getting more unbelievable by the minute. Political comedy has never been this exciting or this important.